Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're looking at two 2v2 games played between Daniel and Firstkiller. In this first one, Daniel is playing with Space Station Gaming pro player Rettles, and Firstkiller has got Cam, another high-rated North American player, in his team. So, let's see how they get on against each other. I don't think I've ever casted Daniel versus Firstkiller before. Oh, what a recovery by Rettles. What a shot as well. Early challenge and a beautiful well shot to put it into the open net for 1-0. But yeah, I had to get some Firstkiller versus Daniel 2v2 games because everybody wants to see them play each other in 1v1. There's a little bit of a 1v1 play between the two. Daniel scoring the equalizer. But 2v2 is the only replay that I could find, these games being just over 3 weeks old now. And at the moment, Firstkiller and Daniel are the highest rated 2v2 players in North America. I think Monkey Moon is between them both. But they are always incredibly high rated, so I'm sure although there aren't all that many replays between them on ballchasing.com, that they have played against each other a ton. And I'm sure that they will play against each other a lot, if they don't end up playing together when Daniel is 15 this December. What a shot by Firstkiller again. Rettles with no chance to deny the flip reset to the top corner. So far it has just been all Firstkiller. Immense pressure, not just the early challenges, but recovering so quickly after getting them and putting incredible solo goals on target. So what are Firstkiller and or what are Daniel and Rettles going to do to try and stop him? It's another good touch by Firstkiller there, just sending the ball to the back corner, and look again, recovering because he's put the ball in a position there that's quite awkward for Daniel and Rettles to handle. So Firstkiller able to get back to it. That's been the consistent trend in this game. Now Daniel taking off in the wrong direction, but setting up Rettles after a brilliant bump onto Cam. And it's another tie game. Daniel scored the first one right from a kickoff and now sets up the second one. Firstkiller 1v1 with Daniel. Wants the double. Daniel not going to let him go to the back wall uncontested. Now going all the way to the far side of the field here. Not that Rettles needs him. That's 3-2 in their favour. Rettles able to convert on the counter-attack against an overextended blue team. Well, let's see if they can keep this up. Firstkiller getting the better of them in that kickoff. Rettles done well. Covering Daniel, who's almost completely out of boost here. Looks like Rettles didn't realise Daniel's out of boost, or else he would have gone for this. He left that for Daniel because Daniel did have a better angle to attack the ball from. Rettles didn't want to double commit and end up flying off into the middle of the field, completely out of the game. But maybe Daniel didn't communicate the need boost in the chat there because Rettles clearly didn't know. Another kickoff goal for Orange team. They are getting the better of the kickoffs most of the time. They have got some good synergy there, playing for the close sheet the majority of the time. Daniel already sitting really far back here. Gives him a good position to collect the hard clear. Air dribble commences. Cam pre-jumps and gets up nice and high to stop Daniel from going over the top of him. That was really good air dribble defense. And Rettles and Daniel not quite on the same page here either. They have been on the kickoffs extremely good at reading each other, but one time in defense moments ago and now in the midfield, not on the same page. That's a great pass though. Daniel shoots on target. Firstkiller gets in the way of him. Those lobs out into the centre are one of the most deadly types of passes in 2v2. If you are at the side of the pitch, usually lobbing towards the centre is a pretty good way to get your teammate into the game. And if you're in the middle of the pitch, lobbing to down the side of the pitch where your teammate is usually a good way. Just changing the angle slightly. Oh, now that might have been on target. I'm not sure if it was going in, but Cam has had his shot saved there by Firstkiller, who must have expected it to be hitting the post, and he did have a pretty good angle to read that. Now Daniel really in a rough spot here though. Cam and Firstkiller all over them. Firstkiller nips back in to seal the boost and then looks for a demo. Got it on Rettles there, as you heard. Daniel able to stop Cam short of scoring. And that's a great bump as well. And Rettles is going to score for 5-3. Fantastic transition by Daniel, leaving another open net for Rettles, second one that he's given him in this game. And although it looked like Firstkiller and Cam were starting to get some pressure going, just shows you how quickly 2v2 could turn around if a big challenge comes through, and there's no second man in the position. Rettles and Daniel really starting to play well as a unit here. Firstkiller putting a lot of trust in Cam in these positions, and they haven't actually been rewarded yet, but that's not to say that it's time for Firstkiller to try and 1v2 completely. Daniel, not for the first time this game, just leaving Rettles to do his thing. He's backing off into the corner. Now he's left the mid boost there for Rettles. Really good leave. Saw that Rettles was going to be first to the mid boost, just slightly ahead of Firstkiller. Oh, what a shot. Oh, what a goal. Firstkiller able to take the ball off Rettles and Daniel again, and then create a chance all for himself. He's done that so many times this game. Just goes in, challenges the ball with confidence, and then immediately sets up a realistic chance for himself to score. But the key that I've noticed in this game is that when Firstkiller's making these challenges, what he's trying to do is just send the ball into an awkward position so that it's easy for him to make another play on it. He's not really thinking too much about going straight for the net. He's just putting the ball towards a position that Daniel and Rettles are not ready for. Definitely not facing towards. Daniel now letting Rettles move in for the challenge. It is a good challenge by Rettles there. Still the 1-goal lead late on in the game. Daniel almost able to make it 2, but the crossbar is going to deny him. And Firstkiller wanted to find Cam lurking downfield. Cam, with no boost, wasn't able to connect a bump onto that one. And now Firstkiller's double is going to go wide. Cam was expecting him to leave that, and they have ended up losing this one. What a game from Firstkiller. Really, really impressive stuff. Even though we're watching Daniel's POV here, it is just incredible to watch Firstkiller create goals completely by himself. Recently been watching, or every 2v2 replay review that I've done has involved a lot of 1v2 outplays, but not usually resulting in a goal for the player making the 1v2 outplay. It's usually a 1v2 outplay that then results in an open net for the teammate. But Firstkiller just doing it all himself. Didn't even need Cam to come in and score these open nets. He's just scoring it himself. But Daniel and Rettles proved to be too much. Kickoffs were really in their favour. They followed up brilliantly on each other's touches for the most part. And Firstkiller and Cam did not have the same level of synergy. But we've got one more game between Firstkiller and Daniel in today's video. Let's get into it. So here we go, Manfield, game 2, Firstkiller with Mint, and now Daniel is playing with Cam in this game. Firstkiller up against Daniel to start things off. He let the ball roll a bit too far onto the front end of his car there, so he just had to flick and hope. There was no real angle that he could work with. Firstkiller leaving the back corner boost for his teammate, and covering the back wall as soon as you realised that Daniel was going to try and air dribble to go up high and over it. Mint not able to send a shot on target. He's denied by the bar. Cam staying nice and close to the ball on the turn, but look at Firstkiller's off the ball plays. He's looking for the double demo on Cam, who spawned at the far side. That might give Daniel an opening. Oh, it's actually going to be Cam with the opening. Not the best touch there in defense by Mintz. He was trying to pass the ball, but it fell well short off the desired target. Now Mintz not reading Firstkiller's pass to him. Synergy is a struggle for these two. What a save by Firstkiller though. Mintz forced the shot and Firstkiller was able to save it. Now early in games like this, when passing plays are failing between teammates, that can often result in a more solo play oriented game from that point onwards. But now Mintz connecting a pass to Firstkiller will give them more confidence that they can read each other's plays. Cam slowly air dribbling out of defense. Firstkiller challenging him early. We saw that plenty in the last game, and we are watching these games in the order that they were played in, one after another, in the same rank session. And Mintz now setting up Firstkiller with the demo. Notice how quickly Firstkiller is recovering on sidewalls whenever he is sending the ball towards one and intending to shoot immediately afterwards. It's a really good technique where he's air rolling partially around just so that he can land on his wheels that little bit more quickly and then immediately flip into the ball as well. There it is again. So just a 3/4 rotation and then a dodge into the ball. Same technique every single time. So it's something you want to try in your own games if you want to just improve your recovery time, get back onto your wheels a little bit more quickly. Daniel going to open the scoring here. Firstkiller was completely out of the game after getting bumped on the recovery. Daniel quick to score. Firstkiller leaving the ball there, able to pressure it by keeping a presence in the area, but he knew the boost was more valuable. checking there to see where Mintz was. Saw him moving in, so he can back off. Mintz is taking himself out of the game here. Cam, unable to get the best shot off. Daniel not quickly in a position to follow up. That's a bit lucky for the orange team, who did not defend as a unit there. Mintz dove in way too early. Firstkiller was not behind him and ready to come in. Oh dear, that's a complete miss as well. It's going to be 2-0 with just over 2 minutes to go. Daniel getting another goal there. He's having a great game too, but Mintz with a bit of a mistake in defense. Confidence must be lacking now, but still time, especially in 2v2, for a 2-goal lead to turn into nothing. As 1 goal, make it 3 goals actually. Firstkiller expected Daniel to have to cut in field there. You saw Firstkiller turning more than it looked wise to do so, but it's because he didn't realize Daniel would be able to shoot from that angle. Great shot by First. In off the bar for 3-1, intercepting the soft clear that Cam couldn't keep control of. And now Daniel's messed up his kickoff. That's almost a direct goal, but it's that play exactly that had me saying 2v2 can always have a 2-goal lead turn into 1 very quickly. Kickoff goals are so much more common in 2s than they are in 3v3. Firstkiller trusting his speed to go around the outside, and now Mintz comes in for a 2nd goal. Confident follow-up by Mintz. Daniel a bit stranded in the middle of the box. Now Firstkiller actually leaving to go for the back corner boost. Did not have any expectation of a dead ball kickoff there. How's Daniel's angle shooting? It's good enough. Cam taps it in, 4-2 for the blue team. It looked like Mintz did try a dead ball kickoff, so Firstkiller going for that back corner boost did not end up working. Gave the possession away. They've lost possession again here, but won't be a problem, as Cam did not have enough boost to really make a good play on it. Now Firstkiller versus Daniel. Great ball chase by Cam, helping Daniel out there. Firstkiller going to be trailing 5-2 now. Not going well for the orange team here. The synergy has definitely fallen off, and the trust has not always been there between Firstkiller and his teammates, but this should now be a chance for Mintz. Daniel keeping ball pressure on the recovery, but Mintz has done well. There's no way the Firstkiller could miss from here. 5-3. They're closing the gap once again, and you know, they've had enough chances in this game to have a much closer score, but I think just too many mistakes from Firstkiller and Mintz, leaving each other isolated and not having the right synergy in several plays. Oh, just not quite once again. It was a good idea, but the execution let them down on the 1-2 passing play. Of course, those return passes, they do need to be quick. They do need to be played in front of their intended target if they're ever going to be successful. Tough redirect for Firstkiller. Daniel's easily able to clean that one up. And now it is very much a last chance act here by Mintz. Cam challenges successfully. Firstkiller going to keep working this one into the middle. Daniel looks like he might be slightly out of boost, but as the clock comes down to 0, it will be game over. Daniel able to win this one as well. And a really good performance by him in this second game. Defensively, just always relevant. And I think Cam and Daniel, what they did well was they always pressured the ball. They didn't give anything for free to the orange team, whereas I think the orange team were giving a few freebies away. One of the goals, Mintz did just completely whiff an overhead clear. And there was also just a general disconnect between how Mintz and Firstkiller were positioning. Not on the same page for a lot of the time, but really interesting stuff. I think it's clear to see from watching Firstkiller and Daniel in these lobbies that they really are the two best, I think, 2v2 players in North America right now. Firstkiller might be the best 3v3 player in North America as well. That's, I think, up for debate with himself. Probably Justin on a good day. But yeah, it's very obvious that these two are just on a different level. And even at the very top and the highest rated lobbies in the world, there's just a very clear difference there. But that being said, these players are all extremely high rated. We're looking at not just Supersonic Legend, but the very, very top end of SSL. High in the top 100. I think Rettles actually is also sitting in the top 100. I can check actually, just because it doesn't take too many clicks, but Yeah, there is the 2v2 leaderboard. Firstkiller, Monkey Moon, Daniel. We've also got Miss from Envy, and that's EU Atomic in the top 5. There is a North American Atomic as well, of course. And Rettles coming in as the 4th highest rated North American player. So all really, really high rated players, but Daniel and Firstkiller, I think, are just the 2 best to do it at the moment. Would love to see more between those 2. Really interesting to see the duels that they get into, and the mind games that they get into in these games. And I do expect that we'll see plenty more Firstkiller versus Daniel, if not Firstkiller and Daniel teaming. Who knows? I have no insider info on that, nor do I intend to go looking for it. But Daniel is going to be 15 at the end of this year, and I very much expect him to end up on a top North American team, and straight into the high echelons of NARLCS. But that's all we got time for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed these ranked matches. As always, if you've got any other players that you want to see ranked matches from, let me know, and I'll see what I can find to see if I can get interesting games to show to you. But in the meantime, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.